everyone, and welcome back to the Mompreneur Mentor YouTube channel. Today, I am super excited to introduce you to another amazing mompreneur author from our anthology, the Mompreneur Memoirs. This is going to be part of our mini-series YouTube vlogs introducing you to these awesome women who have made mompreneurship a career. Today we have Jennifer St.John. Jennifer, welcome, and thank you so much for joining us and sharing your story.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you for having me.
So I'd love to hear and just tell all of our viewers about you and your business, and just let us know a little bit who Jennifer is.
Okay. Well, I am at the beginning process of launching a business called Marnie and Michael. It is an artisan studio meets mental health initiative. So it's a social enterprise. For the last 5 years, I've been learning how to and designing and doing prototypes of handmade, hand-stitched leather bags. And I wanted to, this time when I had a business, I wanted to be about something more. So I wanted to start the mental health initiative as well. So proceeds from the bag will go directly to run the mental health initiative. And what we're doing is we're supporting loved ones who have a family member with mental health challenges. So we're doing that in various ways. We are doing that through the website. We're creating a portal of submissions and stories of experiences of people who have gone through this or who are going through this, just to have a place for everybody to kind of feel like they found people who understand what's going on with them. I'm also publishing a guided journal meets mini memoir, and it's the experience of my mom and I over the last 40 years. My mom was diagnosed with bipolar when she was in her 50s. So it's a very personal kind of pay it forward journey that I'm on. And we're just trying to provide a few more services that weren't available when I was a child.
Oh my God, I just got goosebumps, Jennifer, because my father was bipolar.
Oh my God.
We're in an age now where it's not as stigmatized, but when I was growing up, and I'm sure when you were growing up, so children and people just didn't know what was going on. So there was this instability, and they're thinking, is it me? Is it my fault as a child? Like, is it, or now they can be like, okay, no, my parent has a disability, and it's very different. So first of all, thank you for what you are doing. That is huge, and the world needs it, and the world needs more mompreneurs out there. So if you're a mompreneur out there and you have a cause that touches your heart like this, Jennifer is the example. You are the example, Jennifer. Take it, and you're making the world a better place.
Sorry. Gross.
That is beautiful, and I thank you for sharing your journey. Your journey with us, because that is so powerful. I'm so excited about what you're doing, because it is important. It is very important, especially for children of people with mental health, and to be supporting that and building a business around that is fantastic. And I can see you getting a lot of support for that, because it's needed. It is really needed.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, the conversation has grown, but it's still not there, right? We still need it to be more normalized, and we also, as you and I know what it's like, it's those people need support. Like we need some more, just assurance that it's going to be okay. So.
Yes, it's more like that understanding and knowing that, relying on what's in your control as a person with a family member who has mental disability, and what's out of your control, and learning to be okay with that, and understanding. Yes, it's so important. So you kind of already answered my first question, which was, why did you decide to become a mompreneur? Was it solely based on the social aspects, or were you a previous mompreneur, and were there other reasons that brought you to working from home and with kids?
Yeah, so I was a previous mompreneur. I started a film and television production company in Toronto with a very good friend of mine. We did that for about 8 years, and both of us started to have children at the end of that. So my son is almost 11. So that was about 10 years ago that kind of wrapped up. We were just obviously becoming a mom in that industry was really tricky. My husband's also a business owner, so we both couldn't kind of be gone like 18 hours a day from the house. And then also at that time in the industry is when like YouTube was starting up and Netflix. And so the whole business model changed, especially after the 2008 crash that hit globally, obviously. So we literally like couldn't pay our daycare bills anymore. So we just really were at the point where like, okay, we got to switch gears. So I kind of put it on hold business wise. I knew I would always come back to a business. But then also my son was diagnosed with Asperger's. So super high needs child, and especially when they're very young, like 3, 4, 5, which is when he was diagnosed, it's very tricky. So it actually timing wise worked out for me because I was able to kind of put a lot of energy into that. Not that it gets easier, it just changes, but you definitely get more used to things, and you obviously the therapies are, really hit and they become ingrained. So I basically this time around, I wanted to create what I wanted to create, and I realized that it had to be what was going to work for my life, not like me getting something and trying to make it work. It was like, no, what's going to work for me with my son, with my husband at this point in my life. So that's how this all came about.
I love that. And that is why a lot of mompreneurs turn to mompreneurship. It's because you can orchestrate your business around what works for your family. I can't personally speak to having a special needs child, but I know from other parents that it is an extremely energy intensive, very involved parenting. And wow, just to see your success story, I mean, that's amazing. And I know you're going to inspire so many other moms, especially moms who have children and with special needs. So thank you for sharing that. So that brings me to my next question. What compelled you to share this story? Because it's so personal and it's so real. And right now we're in a pandemic and a lot of moms might be scared and things might be changing in their career. And it's put a lot of moms in a position where they're like, how do I juggle, his job pays more so I'm going to be home with the kids. It's like going to be a she session, they call it, setting women back more. And I'm hoping that Mompreneur Memoirs will inspire these moms, and all of us collectively will, especially your story. And seeing how you said the universe just made it work. It just worked at the time. And I strongly believe in that, things will work out and how you need. So what inspired you to share that? Got the courage to come forward and share your story? I feel like everybody has their story, right? I think we all have our ups and downs. We all have days where we feel like, how am I ever going to get through this? And then we have our days where we feel as productive as ever and we're on fire. So I really do think that having this book and having this group is people will feel like they are not alone, and that they can draw from other people, they can experience from other people, they can, discuss things with other people. I think that number one, if you feel like you're not alone and that there's hope that things can be different, then it will change. It can change. And I do think the weight of the world is on moms out there right now. But I think, if we just keep working the problems, I do think that people will be able to get to where they need to be. Awesome. And I totally agree with you there. What is one piece of advice you would give for a new mompreneur starting out? Something you would really want to express to them, or if you could go back and tell yourself when you were starting out, what's a really good nugget that you would love to share with our viewers or any mompreneurs out there who are starting out?
I think one of the biggest things for me this time around was to do it at your own pace. Don't feel the pressure. like, don't listen to people who use the word should, because that's, you shouldn't be telling people how they should be doing something. And I think that they just have to, if they can sit with themselves and look at their lives and look at their situations and have a plan, just believe in that and feel like that's going to work. Like, I started this 4.5 years ago. I lost both my parents during that time. Like, there's things that are going to happen. Like, I thought I would be years ahead from where I am right now. You just have to roll with the punches. You got to figure it out. You got to do it at your own pace. And when you do it at your own pace, then it's going to be done right. And you're going to feel good about it. You're going to feel proud of it, and it's going to come together.
Thank you for sharing that. That is really great advice, because a lot of times, even myself as a mompreneur, especially coming out of an accelerator, I feel this pressure to like move forward really fast, and it's not healthy. It's not healthy for me, it's not healthy for my family, and it takes away the joy of being a mompreneur, which is you're working it around your life and your pace. Instead, it pushes it into this really stressful ball, and it takes that away. So that is a great piece of advice, you guys. Definitely take note from Miss Jennifer St.John. I am so thankful to have you on the show and have this mini series. If you guys want to hear from all of the authors, we will have a whole playlist, a mini series from the Mompreneur Memoirs. Just check it out, get to know them all. And Jennifer, if our viewers want to reach out, want to know more about your company, want to buy from your company, want to get involved with your mental health initiatives, or maybe want resources for themselves, where can they find you, and where links can we put below so they can reach out and get to know you and your business?
So we're launching our website in the next 2 weeks. It's www.marnieandmichael.com. And I'm on Instagram at Marnie and Michael.
Perfect. You guys are going to put those links in the description box below. And as soon as the book launches on Amazon, we will be putting the link for purchase so you can get the full story and the full benefit of the Mompreneur Memoirs. Thank you so much for being a part of the Mompreneur Mentor YouTube channel. And we will see you later. Bye. And thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you.